Alright everyone, welcome back to war number 2 in Season 49. We're going to start off with Path 3, then we'll go back to Path 1, and we'll do some minis. Starting off on Path 3, we've got Hulkling against Warlock. I didn't play this as well as I'd like. I actually get clipped, I think, by a heavy attack, and take a bit of bleed damage, which was kind of annoying, because, like, right there, I tried to move back, didn't quite work out the way I wanted, and I don't get my special 2, I have to go to a special 3. Also, we moved up to, we did get the win in this one, which moves us, this is from tier 3, and then we're going to be moving up to tier 2 for war number 3, so that's going to be an interesting one. But there are still some big, beefy champions in this war. Some fights did not go exactly as planned. I think I could have done a bit better on some of them, but we will see. I'm not, it's not going to be a deathless season for me, obviously. You know, back in the day I had some big, you know, deathless streaks, but for the most part I am going to pick up a couple deaths here or there, but the goal is not to get completely rocked on any particular node. So that one went fine. Next up, we got Kate Bishop as a global defender. We got Void here as our global attacker. There's nothing special here to do with the node. She has no armor up, but it is global, and Kate can be a little annoying as a global defender, and I can't parry. So that's kind of sneaky in here. So I'm going to go ahead, hit into the block a bunch, get some prowess up on the top left there. So when she does throw the special one, that when I evade, it only takes away one of them, and I can still go in and attack, no problem. So here, again, that's what we're going to do. We're going to just try and spam and evade special ones the entire time, and we will like spam special ones on our end, and we'll bait special ones on the other side. So again, if I have an opportunity, go ahead, hit into the block, make sure I've got 7 prowess there. I think that's the max here. And again, push to a special 1, and then I can attack in. So as long as you don't get an accidental parry, you're in pretty good shape here. Even with class disadvantage here with Void, it does a great job, and we do this one fairly easily. So pretty happy with this one. But Void is going to cause me a little bit of problems on the other end, or at least a little bit of stress, that's for sure. Here we're going to go, we got Iron Man in Path 3 in Section 2. So here is the Thorns node, so I need someone with a bleed immune here, so we went with CGR. Again, it's not always going to work perfectly with CGR, because I do have to, I'm not always going to get my judgments exactly when I want them because of the glancing, so I do have to be aware of that. And it's some good practice trying to evade and block Iron Man's special one. Sometimes I get the full evade there, sometimes I have to block it, and I probably get clipped by it a couple times. There I accidentally get hit a little bit, not the end of the world. But here, I'm just waiting to see if I can actually get to my damnation. Sometimes it's a little hard to remember which tasks you've actually done and which tasks you haven't, or like which judgments I've done or not. Because here I'm sticking at 4. Once I get to a 5th one, then I'll be in pretty good shape because I can get rid of all the armor ups and I can get some proper hits in there. But so it's a little bit of a slow fight here, but again, slow is fine. I'm not in a, as long as I can get the fight done, that is all that matters. Like, I'm not in like the highest tier where I gotta blitz through it as fast as possible, and that's the difference between a win and a loss. Here it's just, can we get as many solos as possible? Time is not really the biggest thing here, but it is a bit of a slow one. Finally, we get the damnation on. We're able to get some armor breaks. We're able to get a little bit of damage over time, and we finish it off. So pretty nice fight there. Then we're going to use Hulkling again for Infamous Iron Man. The sloped armor, static defense, really I'm shock immune, so I'm not worried about that at all. And ideally I try and get into a rotation where I get to 2 bars of power, and then hit into the block for a big special, unblockable special 2. So bait the special 1 here. We get our special 2 ready to go. Hit into the block, unblockable special 2. Very nice. No crits though, but that's fine. We evade and counter the special 1. He's got his regen. That's fine. We can just out damage it. Not a big issue here. And another special 2. I should have waited because he got the resist there at the end. I should have waited for the aura to be gone, but we finish it no problem. Next up, we're going to do path 1. This one is with Magneto, Viv, and Wiccan. So Magneto here against Mysterio. I don't have to worry about the regen. He's a hashtag metal champion, and I needed Magneto for another fight later on. We just go simple parry heavy here. Nothing really to worry about. I'm not concerned really about the regen here. He does get a little bit, but nothing that Magneto can't handle. We're just going to build up to... I could build up to... I can't remember if I went to special 3. I think I just dropped a special 2 on him to finish it off. He can throw a special 2. I don't have to worry about the falter. I'll throw that my special 2, and he's gone. Next up is a Jessica Jones masochism here. I went with Viv, and I made a mistake. And this is something similar to... I don't know if it's the same. I felt like it was similar to Weapon X. My problem is there must be something in her kit with unblockable. And what happened here is that I went for my usual rotation with Viv. I get her below a bar of power. I go for my unblockable, and it triggers... the unblockable triggers her unstoppable. And because of that, I get completely blindsided. I'm stuck in the corner. I try to throw it again, thinking, okay, maybe it was something else. No, the unblockable is going to keep triggering that unstoppable. And at this point, I get stuck in the corner, and I am dead. So very frustrating. I kind of regrouped, went back in, and this time I'm just gonna, I can phase, but I cannot, and I can get my heal blocks on to avoid the masochism, so that's fine. That if I do, I go for the special 2, and that also, so any specials at this point are gonna trigger the unstoppable, so I'm just gonna back away, and I'm going to wait till I can go ahead phase and just go with base hits here and build up to a special 3. That is all I'm going to do here. I don't really have to worry about the masochism. My main thing here is I just need to worry about the unstoppable. Now when she throws her specials, she's also going to get the unstoppable, but I'm just going to back away, and then I can go ahead and I can phase to get my openings. So that's what I'm going to do here. It's a little disappointing because I think if I would have realized that from the start, because again, Jessica Jones is one of those champions I fight very infrequently and haven't had that interaction before, so I'm just going to go ahead here. I should not have thrown that special 2, but that's fine. I'm going to back away, wait for the unblockable unstoppable to end, and then I can go ahead, get a little intercept here, get my heal block on again, go for a little phase, and then now I think I'm just going to build up to a special 3 and try and finish this one. So, not my greatest performance. I think I could have, because I finished the rest of the fight, I think with a full yellow bar, I easily could have soloed the fight. I just had to be prepared to fight a certain way, similar to in the last war where I fought Sauron with all basic hits with Viv and didn't bother with any... where I couldn't throw a single special. So I should have treated it like that, and I would have been totally fine here and thrown some special 3s so that I don't trigger the unblockable, unstoppable there. So all we have to do is get one more hit in, and she's done, and we finish with a full yellow bar after obviously taking the damage. Now we have the 7-star, rank 3, duped Void on Never Back Down. Luckily, we're still at full health with Viv, and we go in here. And I also made a small mistake in this fight. I should have just cycled special 2s the entire time. That should have been the best thing to do because I would have gotten tons of damage. Instead, I realized right away that even just a few ticks of the intimidating debuffs do a ton of damage, but he's Incinerate immune, so as soon as I throw these specials, I'm like, it's doing literally no damage. So that's usually how I nuke a fight down with Viv. I should have thought about that beforehand. That's on me. A little bit of an oversight. I think I even thought about it, but then I realized how little damage I was doing at all, because it's relying on Incinerate damage, and he's incinerate immune. So that's a short-sighted on my part again, but it's okay. We're just going to continue to fight as best we can. Keep on heal blocks, so if we dash back a couple times on this node, because it's no retreat, then it's going to trigger the regen. I just want to make sure that I can keep my passive regens on the entire time, and also keep tabs on my combo meter. Like here I'm at 78 hits, I go for just one hit there, wait for 79, wait for the intimidating debuff, but then I mistime it by like a second, and that is going to cost me, and even that special 2 is going to cost me a little bit. So now it's like a fight to the finish where I'm a little bit ahead at the moment at 37 to 31, and he keeps getting the intimidating debuff on me. I went for the special there just to give myself a few extra hits to get me closer to my next 10th hit there. Again, I should not have thrown that heavy there. I should have waited another second, but instead, okay, the special 2 gets me to 120 hits, another 10 hits there. And again, this is just a race to the finish here. Luckily, I get that 10th hit in the perfect time, and we're able to throw off one more special 2 and finish off Void before dying. That one had me shaken there. It was a rough one. I could have played it a lot better, but I think if I would have gone from the beginning just with special 2s, I would have been in a much better position. Next up, we've got a global in Masacre. We're going to go in with Wiccan as a global attacker. I can just go ahead with my light ending combo for the neutralize, meeting ending combo for incinerates, and if I can keep up the neutralize, then even if I do trigger a buff, it doesn't matter, because it'll just get converted into an incinerate instead. So here I just remember he didn't want to throw that special. Finally he throws that special 1, and also, like, if I can throw hits into the block to gain the extra prowess, I will do that. But I think we were in pretty safe at the moment. We've got 3 at the moment. Wait for that special 1 to go, and we're done. Next up is Maestro on that same Burden of Might node that we had the Sauron on. Now, I realize right away I've done Magneto fights here before, but I cannot build up a lot of prowess. If I build up too many prowess, then I'm not going to be able to gain any more power. So I quickly realized after throwing a couple heavies, even though heavy is what I like to get my damage from, one, if I knock him down, he gets an energy resistance, which plays kind of against my heavy attacks, and if I have too many buffs, I won't be able to gain power. So at this point, my goal is don't throw any more heavy attacks, and I'm just going to throw specials I'm just going to throw hits until I get to a special 3. When I get to a special 3, my plan is to then get then I could charge my heavy attack briefly before throwing it. My problem is that I got a little too excited, and instead of getting to 3 bars of power, I charged my heavy, and you can see I can't gain any power now. And I'm actually going to lose power when my prowess fall off of me. So there, I'm going to go ahead here and build up to a special 3 and actually do it properly. Even though I have 4 buffs on me, I'm still able to gain some power, just no more heavies. I'm going to build up to a special 3, then I can charge and drop the special 3 before losing any power. And so there I get clipped a little bit by the special 1, but not the end of the world. But here we go. We build up to a special 3. I think it takes a little bit of time, but finally we're there. Now I can go ahead, charge. I'm just waiting for him to throw a special 2. Now I can charge up to 8 prowess, charge again, and throw it. And now we're actually going to do some decent damage and some bleeds. Like a big chunk of damage is there. He's ticking away there with the bleeds. It's going to drop him down. We're going to detonate those bleeds here, and it's going to down to 5%. And we can just go with some basic hits until we finish off the fight here. Even a couple heavies, not so bad. But we're going to go ahead and just go basic hits until the end. We do take a bunch of damage here just because there is some passive damage from Maestro, and I could have played that one a lot better. Last but not least, we've got the Serpent on Hazard Shift Incinerate Poison. And if you've seen other videos, I really wish I could have brought Kushala, but she was banned. So the annoying one here is this one is also stun immune. So I've got to go ahead and hit into the block as much as possible. Also, I have to not evade his specials. I got to take that block damage. I'm going to hit into his block as much as I can during the poison phase. Then I have to try and bait a heavy attack, which I get clipped a little bit. I lose one of my invulnerability boosts, but then I can start attacking in. And my problem is this first round did not go as well as planned. Also, I did not get any of the petrifies early. I finally get a petrify here, but it was not a great start to this fight. At least I felt like I wasn't really doing a heck of a lot. In the end of the day, I think I end up getting, I get clipped by that special 2, which takes out a big chunk of my health and removes some of my my invulnerability boost there. So I wasn't getting great timing in terms of when I could attack in and when to hit into the block in between the poison and the incinerate, because I can only hit during the incinerate phase, and I end up accidentally letting him go to 3 bars of power. So that was a little frustrating on my end, because he gets his power gain, and it was after Fear of the Void. I don't have him. I'm not getting any of the petrifies. I'm getting stuck. He's not throwing any specials. Gets me in the corner, and there's really nothing I can do. He's not throwing his special. I'm stuck. I'm going to have to just go ahead. I throw the striker, but I just got unlucky, I think, with which intimidating debuffs I was getting. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one off. Again, have a much better round. I think this time with Void, we heal up to full. We go in, we have 54% left to get. And he's not awakened, so I don't have to worry about his annoying immortality at the end of the fight. But still, here during the poison phase, I build up to 7 prowess. There, he throws a heavy attack. Now I can attack in, get off as much damage as I can during the incinerate phase. Again, still a bit unlucky with no petrifies there. Fair, we finally get one. But I think he was a little more generous here throwing those specials. So if he throws a special one, as long as you don't get clipped by the beginning, you can block the rest of it. It's the opening part of the attack is what's unblockable. Here we actually get like a nice combo in during the incinerate phase, so we can actually do some damage. Here I'm stuck. I throw like one hit in just for distance, and of course it has to trigger the poison. And again, there I didn't want to hit in because I had just taken a poison. So there, after the his heavy attack, I go ahead, full combo striker, full combo. I do get clipped by the special one, and I thought that was going to kill me. Luckily, I'm able to counter and finish him before he gets me. I hope you enjoyed the war, guys. Even with 2 deaths, that's not the end of the world. Hope you had a good one. Bye-bye.